We're leaving Mary Pool yet again, and it's 20 minutes to 7 in the morning. And one of the reasons that I'm leaving so early is that I have some real pet hates, and one of them is people who arrive quite late into the evening, like say 9 p.m, when everybody else in the camp is actually in bed or it's very quiet, and you get people arriving, they rattle, they slam doors, they laugh and they carry on, and some even have dogs that bark. And I encountered one last night who, for all of the space that was left in this campsite, decided they were going to camp next to me. And that was fine until I thought, yep, okay, they're fine. And eventually there was silence, but then the car motor started and it kept going, and I was breathing their bloody exhaust fumes. So I had to get up and rap on the window and shine the window in, and they were actually camping in their car with their seats laid back and a freaking big dog in the middle of it. That's fine, that's what they want to do. But the point is, they had no consideration for anybody else in that campsite. You know, with a motor running, because they were cold. Oh dear, well they shouldn't be out here bloody camping, or get prepared. And so, as I was saying, not only did they arrive late, but they get up extremely early, like before 5, and bash their stuff back into the car and make a noise, and then start the engine, and off they went. So, you know, get a grip, people. Christ, if you're going to come out and camp, do it properly and get yourselves organised. Over to the left is Ngumban Cliff, but I think I just missed it because I was almost I won't say falling asleep, I wasn't falling asleep, I was just in that state of zen and driving on the road, contemplating the world. Just over there behind me is the, we've just passed the turn off to Mimbi Caves, where we stopped up in the way up. Just a bit of a contrast there when you come past Ngumban Cliff and it's all that red, and yet over on this side is the rocks are all grey. It's quite a strange contrast actually when you think about it. Just on one side of the road rocks are all red, and on the other side they're all grey. Crazy. What a crazy country we live in. Have a look at this coming up behind you. This is called Pinnacles Creek that we've just crossed over, and look at the differences in the colour. It's quite phenomenal. Phenomenal. Getting quite warm now. It's apparently going to be about 37 today. Most of the days, last few days, have been in the 38s where I've been. Best time of the day to travel, first thing in the morning, early. You pick up all the colour of this country. We're about 100 k's I think outside of Fitzroy Crossing now, so I'll get fuel at Fitzroy Crossing, and not long after that we'll be heading on to the Leopold Downs Road. couple. Well, they're kites. These people were camped next to me, or not next to me, but across the way from me, just overnight at Mary Cool. And they've already passed me once. And they go like a bat out of hell. I'm just tootling along here, 2,500 reps, 98 kilometres per hour. And people are weird. They really are. I'll get there just the same time as you, bro. There is a distinct haze right ahead of me that sort of emanates off from the left like smoke or something, or pollution. And I've been watching it all morning. I thought it was a heat haze, but it actually looks a little bit more like smoke. Yes, it's smoke. I can now smell it. So they're obviously somewhere along the line they're burning off. Distinctly smell of smoke. You can see that distinct, well, there's a number of plumes, so it's obviously that they're burning off somewhere in the bush over there. Creates a lot of smoke though. Okay, we're back over the Fitzroy River Bridge, coming into Fitzroy Crossing for a bit of fuel. And then onwards. Righto, well, we fueled up in Fitzroy Crossing, so we shall now just clear my mileage thing, trip meter. Righto, we're ready to rock and roll. Better be careful I don't run over these young children here. There are actually two service stations here in Fitzroy Crossing. Across the road, just diagonally opposite, is a Shell. Well, I've always gone into that one, which is fine. That's the one I know, it's BP. Well, I'm back here at the Fairfield Leopold Road, and I just see the sign here. Great Northern Highway to Tunnel Creek is open. The Tunnel Creek to Windjana Gorge closed, no entry. And from the Windjana Gorge to the Gibb River Road is open. So I was planning to go straight through to Windjana Gorge, which is 95 k's, instead of going round via the other way, Derby Road. But I'll go down the 11 k's to see that campsite that I had 4 months ago. And I know this road was actually closed at that time too, so maybe there's been some roadworks or something's happened to the road. Anyway, we've got about 11 k's to go down here, so now we remember this bit from the last series of videos. So we're not very far away from a little fork in the road, I think. I can remember. Because I did stop to take some video just around about here. So I'll turn this off and press what a difference 4 months makes. The water has really dropped here. And when I came here in May, the water was actually still here. And I think I went swimming. That's amazing how much the water drops. Evaporation. Anyway, it's still a beautiful place. Well, we'll just do another little pan of the RAAF Moab camping, free camping, and the consensus of opinion is that the road through to Windjana Gorge is actually open and being graded, and I'm just going to head out that way and see Well, that was a little quick stop at the Moab Quarry, or Raft Quarry, whatever they call it. There are a number of people camping there, and the water is so far down, as you have seen on the previous scene. But I've talked to a few people, and they all seem to think that that road actually to Windjana is actually open. So I'm going to head out towards Windjana now, and we'll see if we can get camped there for a couple of nights, and take it from there. Anyway, nice to have gone back to the Moab thing. The campsite that I had to reluctantly leave 4 months ago was actually occupied by a coaster bus, a Toyota coaster bus. So it's off to Windjana. So you talk to people and they've said this road has been graded recently, and it looks like it certainly has. So time will tell. And apparently it's about 93 to Windjana Gorge according to the Garmin. Unfortunately, the navman, it refuses to calculate a route. So black mark to navman, kudos to Garmin. Well, I haven't actually driven this road for close on 30 years. When Kay and I did it, when I had an old Nissan 720 dual cab. No four-wheel drive in those days for me. So here we go. Obviously the road is open because there's a vehicle, unless he went to the end and turned round. That's always a possibility. No, here's another one. They haven't all gone down this road. Once again, the amount of people traversing all these roads is incredible. Oh yeah, baby. Better slow down a bit. Back onto the brownie stuff. Welcome to Leopold Downs, owned by the Bunubra people. Don't know if I got that right, but we know who you are. Hats off to the grader driver because this road is really good. Oh, here comes a caravan or three. Oh, kicking up a plume of dust, pal. Look at this. I'll have to stop. Here's a traffic island. Yeah, well, even though they grade it, they can't grade out these huge rocks that sort of spring up out of the ground and sort of take you by surprise if you don't watch out for them. Sump rivers. How these people can be bothered towing caravans across this crap, I don't know. It must shake the living daylights out of their vans because it does it to your car. That must be forever picking up pots and pans from the inside of the vans. And here would be a floodway. Bounced around a bit. I wanted to see if I can tighten it up. There's a grid. Well, my new tyres aren't new anymore. They're getting a bit of a punishment along this road. Oh, here we go. Well, this is not going to be very deep. I can see the bottom. At least they got to wash the tyres, but now they've been covered in dirt. There is the Malay Wesley Studio School from the Bunuba Incorporated and Wesley College. Wow, a studio school. What's that about? Here's another little one. Oh, yeah. According to the GPS, the Garmin, we're about 58 kilometres from Windjana Gorge. So another 58 to go. We'll get a look at the country that we're passing through as it flashes behind me. I just thought I'd stop and take a look at this eerie landscape after it's been burnt over, and you actually see it for what it is. No grass, no nothing. It's quite eerie, really. And I thought I'd give the beast a rest because it's doing really well. Him. I guess it rejuvenates the land, this the burning off, and it's some of these plants reseed apparently. There's a little baby Moab. This scenery is really just too good to miss. That's my dust there. I just came through a big patch of bull dust. I'm speaking a bit of it too. But have a look at this. This is absolutely brilliant. God, I love this country. Sorry about the noise, but I decided not to switch the beast off. And if we spin over here, you'll see, oh, there's a big kangaroo in there. I'll watch, you'll see the movement. There he goes. Stopping here also afforded me a chance to get into the fridge and get another bottle of water because it's very, very hot out there. Well, we knew that. It's forecast to be 37 again today, and it's 11:05 and it's probably hit that 37 or close to it. Okay. Cheers. Now we've just passed a sign that says this is now the BALE Conservation Park. That's BALILI. BALE Conservation Park. That's a new one, as far as I'm concerned. Wasn't here 30 years ago. So here we are, seeing it from the other end, on the back end of the road. Oh, but I've got to turn the other one on because it's really spectacular, this. Sorry, there's not much to see from the back. Shouldn't be doing this, but I'm not sure how much I've got left on my card on my GoPro because I seem to be going through an awful lot. But I never get sick of this. We're now into the Dimalaruru National Park, and I think over there was the Tunnel Creek thing, but Tunnel Creek is closed apparently. Has been since almost, well, the end of last year, I think. Anyway, we're carrying on. We've got 35 k's to go. We're still in the Dimalaroo Conservation Park, or whatever I think I said. Anyway, I was so busy trying to pronounce the name. Dimalaroo. And there's this change in the scenery. Hang on. Well, now there's a thing. I'm just going to turn this off and I'm going to take some video with the Canon camera of a big white thing on the rocks over there. Just as I was driving along, I got this flash of this white, and it's what appears to be just one gigantic white rock in amongst all of the other grey and ochre coloured rocks. It's really weird. You might see it in better perspective as I've pulled back a bit from it, not tried to go too close, but you see how that stands out. It's just a great big huge white rock behind that Moab over there. Just see if I get it from another angle. That's weird. Really, really weird. Anyway, it's another opportunity just to step out of the car and pan around at this beautiful scenery. And I could be the only person here on Earth. Just me and the beast. Something rattling up on my roof. I think it's called a rooftop tent. And it doesn't like the punishment. Too bad. Take it. Suck it up, tent. Won't be too long anyway. 32 k's. We're now on Fairfield station. We've left Leopold Downs station and we're now on Fairfield, which gives this road its name, the Fairfield Leopold Downs Road. For those who are of that interested. Well, we're not too far from Windjana Gorge, Windjana. 10 k's to be exact. And he kicked up a lot of dust. So we're apparently now on Napier Downs. We've left Fairfield Downs and we're now on Napier Downs. So there's a lot of downs around here. I wonder if they're all related. Well, basically we've come to the end of the thing. Now we're going to the Bandingan National Park, Windjana Gorge. This is the national park, and I actually have my park pass in my windscreen. So let's go and see if there is room at the inn for a tired traveller. I hope this is another one of these Department of Parks and Wildlife things where you've got to book online or something. So it's Bandingan, Windjana Gorge, and they still have self-registration. That is absolutely wonderful. Let's go and look at the notices. Tunnel Creek closed until further notice. Well, we know that because we've just come past it. Okay. Well, I've done the paperwork. Hopefully it's all correct and in order, but it cost me $24 for 2 nights concession, and I already have an all parks pass. So we'll go and see if we can find a camp spot now. Quiet camping, that's for me. This used to be my favourite camping ground in the whole of WA many years ago. I wonder if it still is. When I was here 4 years ago it was nice and I did have a good time. Oh, and it looks quite empty at the moment, which would be fantastic. and I think I can get my old camp spot. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Beauty, beauty, beautiful. Now, under the tree over there is where I would like to be. I'm actually quite shocked. I thought this place would be absolutely packed. And look at that. They must be all doing a Gibb River Road. Lucky me, so far. But the day is young, it's only midday. They might have all gone on day trips, although there's not much evidence of camps, is there? Suits me, baby. Suits me to tears. I'm so lucky. Well, I'm actually spoilt for choice because I just asked those guys over there doing some work and where the sun sets, and they said it sets off to the, say, the beast's front end there, off at about a 45-degree angle. So that's the west, and over there is basically the east. So north is around this area, and so there's west in there. Now my dilemma, I've got all these shady trees, so I think I'm going to plonk the tent up there, and at least in the afternoon, if what that young fella said is true, then I will have afternoon shade, and that's really what we want. So I can't get in any lower than underneath that tree. I don't want to, so it looks like that's going to be the spot. Well, I've shifted a little bit, so we got clearance for the tent, but we're still enclosed in the trees. And I think that'll do for today, and I'll see how I go. Because if it doesn't get very busy later, I will have other choices, perhaps.